Life in Germany is getting more expensive lately. As someone who is studying in Germany, I feel that prices have increased quite a bit compared to the last year. So how much money do you need as a student in Germany? And what are the things you need to pay for? Here is a breakdown of the complete cost of living as a student in Germany in 2024. If you're new here, my name is Max. I'm a computer science and design student in Germany, and this channel is the go-to place for everything about studying and working in Germany. So let's start with the rent. This one is getting more expensive every year, and especially in Munich, where I study, there is literally a housing crisis going on right now. Now, the rent is undoubtedly the biggest monthly expense. But I want you to keep in mind that there are massive differences in the cost of living if you compare the regions of Germany. You can see this quite well on this heat map. The south is very expensive, the east and north on the other hand are quite affordable. This is definitely a thing to consider if you're choosing to work or study in Germany. Here is a table with a selection of rent prices in different German cities. In my free Studying in Germany guidebook, I also look at the different German regions and determine which are affordable and which are expensive. There is going to be an overview of the cost of living and universities. The link is in the video description. Now, before I tell you the rent prices, I want you to know that in Germany there is a difference between Kaltmiete, so cold rent, and Warmmiete, warm rent. Kaltmiete is the basic rent you pay just for the apartment or house itself. It doesn't include costs for heating, water and other services like internet. On the other hand, Warmmiete is the total rent you pay, so Kaltmiete plus costs for heating, water and so on. It's very important to keep this in mind. If you look on one of these accommodation search websites, always check if the rent price is cold or warm. And if you start renting an apartment, you also have to pay for something called Kaution, a safety deposit. It's usually 3 months worth of rent. So if you move into an apartment that costs 500 euros per month, you also have to give the landlord an additional 1,500 euros. But don't worry, you will get the money back if you move out of the apartment. Now, the price of the apartment mostly depends on the type of housing. So you have to be smart here and target the most affordable options. The cheapest apartments are usually student housing options that are run by the Studentenwerk in every city with a university. Rent prices of 200 and 300 euros are not very uncommon here. This one is great for students. In Germany, it's also very common to share your house with other people. This is called a Wohngemeinschaft, a WG. Students in Germany love WGs because it's a nice way to save money on rent, since you can share it with multiple people. At the moment, the rent for students in Germany is from 300 to 800 euros per month for a room in shared housing, and from 400 to 1,200 euros per month for a one-bedroom private apartment. I know people who pay 180 euros for student housing in cities like Chemnitz, but on the other end of the spectrum, some unfortunate students have to pay 1,000 euros per month for a tiny apartment in Munich. Both are possible, but these are exceptions. So on average, students in Germany spend 470 euros per month on housing, which is quite a realistic thing if you don't live in the most expensive cities. So the next monthly expense is mobile data and internet. A student life without internet access is unthinkable. So there are different providers out there, but in Germany a mobile phone plan with calls and about 10 gigabytes of data usually costs about 20 euros per month. Prepaid and postpaid SIM cards are really popular among students, and I can recommend everyone to go for this before signing a big 24-month contract at one of the major telecommunication companies. It's not crazy expensive and you get moderately fast mobile data. A lot of providers also have student discounts, so definitely look out for that. High-speed internet at home costs about 30 euros per month. In a lot of apartments, the internet can already be included. For example, in student apartments, you also don't have to pay additional money for it. There is a very popular website out there called Check24, that lets you compare mobile and internet plans for your specific location and demands. I can highly recommend using it. Now, every student in Germany needs health insurance. You need it as proof to enroll in university. Germany has a pretty good healthcare system. Public health insurance is the most common one, and the prices are very similar for all providers. It's about 125 euros per month. It covers basic things like doctor visits, hospital stays, medications, and some preventative care. Basically everything you need as a normal person. In addition to that, you also need a bank account. Nothing too crazy, they are free and paid ones. For your convenience, I made an entire video comparing all the different bank accounts out there. Check it out if you're interested. So if you study in Germany, you most likely need money for transportation. Being a student is a big advantage here because you can benefit from reduced prices. At many universities in Germany, you get a semester ticket, a transportation pass that allows you unlimited travel on regional public transportation, so buses, trams, subways and regional trains within a certain area. So for example, in Bavaria, there is a discounted version of the Deutschland ticket, the Germany ticket. It usually costs 49 euros per month, but we students get it for 29 euros. But not every university has this offer, so to be on the safe side, calculate about 50 euros per month for transportation. Next, let's talk about university fees. This depends on whether you are studying at a private or public university. Even though studying at a public university in Germany is mostly free, we shouldn't forget the semester contribution. Every single student needs to pay this, and it's something around 65 to 400 euros per semester, depending on the university. I pay 85 euros right now at the University of Applied Sciences in Munich, which is on the lower end of the spectrum. It also depends if the semester ticket is included in this amount. If you were to pay 400 euros, the semester ticket for public transport is probably included. Nothing too crazy, still better than paying 10,000 euros per semester. If you're studying at a private university, of course, you have to expect even higher costs. A degree course at a private university costs at least 400 euros per month. Now, I would say food is the second biggest monthly expense for us students. This one really depends on your lifestyle. Here you can go infinitely high and destroy your bank balance, but let's be honest, most of us students cook at home and try to live off pasta and bread. Eating out in Germany is moderately expensive. A decent meal in a restaurant with a drink will set you back about 15 euros. And also don't forget the tip. So maybe you have the capacity to eat out a couple times per month, but learning how to cook will save you so much money. Now, there are cheaper and more expensive supermarkets out there, but the prices of food in supermarkets are not that different across Germany. It's just that there are differences between the individual supermarket chains. Discounters like Netto, Penny, Lidl and Aldi, they tend to have lower prices than normal supermarkets like Rewe, Edeka and so on. My favorite supermarket at the moment is definitely Rewe, comment yours down below. Meat is kind of expensive in Germany, so if you are a student, I can highly recommend eating eggs. They are a life hack. The university cafeteria is also a nice place to get your daily calories. They know that students are broke, so they offer meals at very low prices. 2 to 3 euros for a simple lunch is quite normal. So when it comes to food and groceries, a good range is between 120 and 250 euros per month. So to be safe with money in Germany as a student, you need to do these things. Use student discounts, share your apartment, look out for supermarket discount days, and do some kind of part-time job for extra income. Now, if you compare the cost of living to other European countries, Germany is quite average. The average cost of living of a student in Germany who doesn't live at home is 887 euros per month in 2024. I also asked 3 students from different regions in Germany, and these are their costs of living. In case you want to know my personal cost of living, check out this video. I also have videos about scholarships and part-time jobs on my channel. Don't forget to enroll in the free Germany starter kit course in the video description, download the free Studying in Germany guidebook and join our huge Discord community. Love you and stay focused.